Oh, baby. So today is going to get really, really interesting. Obviously, you can tell we are talking about COD 2021. And if you remember last year, I did a video talking about Black Ops Cold War around this time of year last year, and it actually got striked by Activision. But the thing is, I was able to get it back on YouTube around like a month or two later when the alpha or the beta came out, somewhere in there. They removed the strike at that point. So hopefully we can do a little bit better this time around and this video can actually stay up on YouTube. But we are talking about COD 2021 today and everything that I've heard about COD 2021 and everything that we know so far about COD 2021 from other news sources as well. So there's some pretty interesting information here. I definitely have some new information that has not been talked about before. So I'm excited to go through that all with you today. So I'm just aiming for this video to be me, you, no gameplay, no audio, and just sticking with that. We're taking no risk here, trying to make sure this video stays up on YouTube because we're just talking about what we've heard about the new COD. So let's start with what we already know. Obviously, Tom Henderson, kind of the go-to source for information on new CODs. And he says this is COD Vanguard 2021, which is what I've been hearing as well. And he believes that there will be campaign, zombies, and multiplayer experiences at launch. He assumed that there would be around 8 multiplayer maps at launch, which I have not heard about the number of maps though. And then he thinks that ground war may be coming to the game like it was in Modern Warfare. And he expects the reveal to be in August, which is pretty interesting. And then he assumed that he believed that the headquarters thing, like, you know, where you could do 1v1s and all that, and the firing range and all that stuff from COD World War II would be in this game, and that it was developed by Sledgehammer. So those are kind of things that Tom Henderson had already revealed about this. There was also the recent leaks about the alpha of the new COD, which supposedly was codenamed Slipstream, and that's also what I've heard as well. Let's get to what we're here for, about talking about what I've heard, more precisely, about COD 2021. So first of all, yes, it is a COD World War II game, according to what I've heard. The thing is, though, is that it's not anything really like COD World War II. It's a much different experience. It's more similar to the gameplay, and the look of the game is very, very different. Because again, assuming that we are on this new engine, which would be the Modern Warfare engine, the one that was used in Modern Warfare, at least, that is supposedly what this game is being built off of, it's going to play a lot more like Modern Warfare. Movement and gun skill, gunplay type-wise will be much more similar to Modern Warfare. But the UIs, the graphics, the coloring, and the overall vibe of the game would be much more similar to Cold War. Not like, you know, just overall like the coloring and how they design certain things, it supposedly is going to feel much more like Cold War. Some of the guns that I've heard are in the game. The BAR and STG are very likely in the game. The Tommy gun and the MP40 as SMGs are likely in the game. And then LMGs, the Becker, the pistol, at least in 1911. So those are some of the guns that I've heard are very likely going to be in the game. What was interesting is that I heard that there are going to be red dots in this game. So, you know, where COD World War II is a little weird with the red dot situation is that there will actually be red dots available in this game. And, you know, still you're going to have the normal like stuns and grenades. And then, you know, a lot of the normal perks as well, like Engineer and Ghost and apparently Tracker and some of those types of ones. I think one interesting one I thought that was in there was Double Time was going to be in there. A little bit surprising. The biggest news specifically is about the movement of the game specifically and what we're looking at again for COD World War II. So back in 2017, when Sledgehammer released COD World War II, you know, we had a really slow paced game. The movement with the dolphin dives and all of that kind of more old school COD vibes. And that is not the case in this game. This game is going to feel very similar to Modern Warfare and Cold War with the movement, and it's definitely going to lean towards the Modern Warfare side of things and that whole movement experience of Modern Warfare. Because I'm sorry to tell you that at least at this point that I'm hearing that tac sprinting is still in the game, or is back in the game, I guess, with Cold War not having it. Tac sprinting's back. We got slide cancels back as well. No dolphin diving, no business like that. We're back to you know, COD in the 2020s. We got slide canceling back as well. So overall, the movement's going to be very fast. It's going to be a very fast-paced game, unlike what COD World War II was, which was probably the slowest paced game maybe in COD history, alongside with like Ghost and BO2 type paces. So expect a fast-paced game like Modern Warfare, like Cold War overall, but probably very similar to Modern Warfare's kind of level of pace when it comes to the movement and overall how you're moving around the map. So to confirm as well, at least from what I'm hearing, that Gunsmith is back as well. And you're still going to throw on all those attachments and have a very similar loadout system to what we've got, in Modern Warfare and Black Ops Cold War. Very, very similar along those lines. So nothing too crazy different there. At least at this point, what I'm hearing is that you're still going to spawn in with the nade and the stun. And at this point in the game, it's unknown whether or not there's trophies in the game. So trophies aren't confirmed yet in the game. But at this point, that it's hard to say exactly what that experience could be like. It's possible that that could come later, or it's just not a thing that they know of right now. I don't know. So then, of course, the other big thing with creative classes and the whole experience there is, the question is, are field upgrades back? And I'm hearing that yes, they are. And the debate right now, or the question is where are trophies? Where are dead silence? And those are the things I'm not exactly sure about yet, because the person that I was talking to does not know what the potential experience could be like for dead silence, or what it could look like with trophies at this point. So the field upgrades are still a little bit weird overall, and what that experience might look like. If I had to bet, I would bet that dead silence is a field upgrade and that trophies are as well, but I honestly don't know either way. So that's just kind of that's pure speculation right there. I would not be surprised if we get to a point where it's very similar to Modern Warfare system for dead silence, but I honestly don't know, and that's just a pure guess at this point. So there's a lot to go off of there as well. The final last thing that I heard that was really interesting was there's kind of two things, I guess, is that they've been experimenting with different sizes of maps, like similar with like Cold War, in that you have a lot of different like sizes of maps for different game modes or whatever, but like that they're specifically experimenting with a lot of different sizes of maps. They're actually experimenting with a few different things with like the intensity of matches, which is apparently correlating to the size of how many players are in the match. And so there might be a lot more experiences for how many players are going to be in multiplayer matches in this game, but that information is a little bit murky about how that would potentially look. You're still going to assume that there's going to be like, those 6v6 experiences, and then maybe like 8v8 or 10v10 or 12v12 still in different types of situations like that. So overall, it could be a little bit weird with how you're searching for matches, and that might change a little bit. From what I heard, the experience is really, really positive, actually, with the whole vibe and aura and gameplay and movement of the game. And if you like the kind of vibe and aura of Cold War, but then you also like kind of like the movement aspects of Modern Warfare and the gunplay of Modern Warfare, that this game could play very, very well. I've been hearing much more positive things than what Tom Henderson was hearing about kind of the whole experience of what the game could feel like or be like or how it could play, and that process as a whole. I don't really have any intel about when it's going to get released, or kind of that whole scheduling process. But I mean, last year we had the alpha in September. And so I feel like they're ahead of schedule, at least compared to last year. Because I mean, last year I got information in end of July or mid-August. So we're currently ahead of schedule, at least on the information train, at least according to what it feels like from last year. So overall, man, I'm really excited about this game, honestly. Before, I walked into COD 2021 a little bit hesitant, but after having these conversations and hearing what this could look like, I'm very much optimistic about this game. Overall, man, I'm just excited. Obviously, we had a lot to talk about in this video. It was real juicy, and hopefully it could stay up on YouTube with our, round 2 here experience with Activision, and after last year with the video getting taken down and striked. Obviously, you can go check out that video and see that, most of the things I talked about in that video were spot on. So we'll see what happens this year. I'm pretty confident we're in a pretty dang good spot here with this video and what it's going to look like for the fall. And so things could change, but I think a lot of this information is pretty dang spot on. So we'll see. Obviously, we do podcast competitive Call of Duty around here on the channel. So if you're interested in pro COD or interested in getting better at like search and destroy or hardpoint or, control or whatever it is, check out the channel. We got a lot of tips videos and videos to improve at COD. And then, of course, we rank COD pros. We talk about COD all the time. We got a podcast tomorrow. Be on the lookout for those things that are coming out all the time. 1v1 me, bro. Conversations with personalities in the scene. Like we had our cities on a few weeks ago. We had CDL Intel on. So there's a lot of good conversation to be had around here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, like, comment, subscribe, share the video if you guys really enjoyed it. But as always, guys, I'm your boy SalvationsElite, and we will see you next time. I'm out.